morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, or wherever you find yourself on planet Earth. This is Esther's Tech, and if you're coming across my channel for the very first time, thank you for tuning in. Today, I would like to share with you how we can go ahead and create our own virtual machine. I will explain what virtual machine is all about and why do we need it, okay? So in this lab, we are going to demonstrate how we can actually go ahead and create or install our own virtual machine. So stay tuned with me as I take you through the step.
The very first thing we want to make sure, because like I said, in this lab, we are going to create a VM using Vagrant, okay, for us to create our VM. And there are some prerequisites that we have to accomplish before we can go ahead and create our VM using Vagrant. Okay, so we want to make sure that the computer that we're actually using has some basic characteristics. Like we have to check the CPU, the memory, the hard drive, and the operating system. Okay, so for us to do that, you want to go to where we have like the File Explorer. So you just want to click on File Explorer. Once you click on File Explorer, check where you have your PC. So you're going to scroll down and check where you have this PC. So right click there and you will see the option of the property. Once you click the option of the property, you want to examine your processor and your RAM. So you want to make sure that you have at least 8 GB upward. I have 16, which means I have a lot of space. Then you want to make sure that you have at least up to not below one I3. You don't want to have below, you want to let it be above. Right now I have like 7, which means I have a lot of processor. So now that I know that my CPU is good and my version, my system, my OS system is actually 64 bits, I am good to go with this project. Okay. So once you're done with that, you just want to click that out. And the very first thing that we are going to do right now, we are going to go ahead and install Google Chrome. But in this video, I won't share with you how you can install Google Chrome because I already have Google Chrome. You want to use Google Chrome because it's actually a better explorer more than Fire Explorers out. This is a better choice because in most corporate environment, you'll be using Google Chrome to install packages. So I'm gonna be using go ahead and install Google Chrome. You want to check on YouTube on how you can install Google Chrome. Like I said, I know a lot of you guys are using Google Chrome on a daily basis. So if you don't know how to do that, just go on YouTube and check how you can install Google Chrome. So now that we have Google Chrome right on our PC, we want to go ahead now and try to install Oracle VirtualBox. Why are we using Oracle VirtualBox? We want to use the VirtualBox so that it can act as our data center where we can put all the VM that we are creating inside. So we need to have it installed on our system. Then after we are done, we can go ahead and also install Visual Studio Code, which is actually a code editor that we're going to be using to run our Vega command for us to be able to launch our VM. So with that in mind, we just want to go ahead now and type on Google. We're going to be typing for Oracle Virtual Boxes already came up, so you just click enter. I don't know if this is it's surprising. The other Oracle I have has a different logo. I don't know if they actually changed their logo. I will try to verify that. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing the logo that I usually see, but that should be it. It looks like it was probably changed. Yep. So you just want to go because that's their website. That's their website. This is actually their website. You can see virtualbox.org. That's actually their website. So let me just hold on. Let's just click there. That because that's the website. Because we want to install that on our Windows server. Because we're actually using Windows and we want to install that on our Windows server. So we're just gonna go ahead and check our window host so that we can install that. So I'm just gonna click on where they said download. Okay, once I click on download, I can now go ahead and see all these various options. Yeah, the extension. Okay, these are the package VirtualBox platform packages. So we are going to go ahead and use this window host because that's what we want. So click there to download it and is going to download the file. Once we have the file, we're going to go ahead and click open. Yeah, once you're clicking there, it was going to be like trying to make some changes on your system, but it's okay. So you're gonna, if you don't click yes, it won't, don't say no, have to click yes. Okay, so once you click on that options, it's gonna load, it's preparing to install. Once you have that, you're just gonna go ahead and click next. Yes, and you want to accept the terms. Okay, so we accept it and click on next. Okay, you just want to leave everything to default and click on next. Or you want to make sure that your network is okay and also click yes. Click yes. Everything quick startup. Yep, just go ahead and click next. Okay, so click on installed and it's going to start installing your Oracle VirtualBox, the version 7.16. Okay. They say it must take several minutes, but it's okay. That must take several minutes. So let's just wait for that. Once that is completely installed, also we will go ahead and also install. Okay, okay. Now we have that. We're gonna click on finish, guys, and our Oracle VirtualBox has been installed. You can see it has been shortcut is being placed on our toolbar beneath. So when we click on it, it will open here and you can go ahead. I just want to have a clean space so that we can see. So we're going to click here again. We can see now we have our Oracle VirtualBox Manager. Yeah, this is where you can go ahead and create your visual machine manually, locally. But we want to use Vagrant to create our VM. So that's why we are not going to do it manually here. We have to use Vagrant. So now that we have it, we want to go ahead now and install Visual Studio Code, which is the code editor that we'll be using. So let's minimize that and go on the YouTube and I mean on Google and check for Visual Studio Code. This is the link that I have. I'm going to have a documentation that I will share my website link. When you click there, it will take you to where you can have the documentation so that you followed some of the link and the steps. Okay. So we're going to open a new tab. I'll open a new tab and I'll paste this. This is just to take me to download Visual Studio Code. Okay. So once you click there, it will take you to this page where you just want to go ahead and click on download. So when I click on download, it brought me here and I'm going to choose the server. Which server am I actually using? So I'm choosing Windows. I'm going to click here. So it's actually downloading, right? It looks like I have it twice. I'm going to make sure that I delete this. I don't want so many packages on my system. So I want to delete one of the packages because I don't want so many packages on my system. Visual Studio Code, we just want to go ahead and click on accept conditions. Okay, click on next. It's trying to show you the path. It's going to be user st app data the local. This is just the path. It's so long. You can go ahead and change the path if we don't want that path. Okay, let's see. You can always change the path. I don't want it there. It's so long. User st app data, right? Anyway, this is a very long path. I'm just gonna let it be. I know why I'm having this. I have a Visual Studio Code installed on my system in my system. The other laptop I was using, the PC I was using, and the PC gets spoiled. But before it was spoiled, I have all of my programs and my file saved in a hard drive, an external hard drive. So when I have this new PC, I decided to bring back some of the like restore or copy the files that I have from the other laptop to this present laptop. So that's why some of the stuff I'm already showing in different folders. I hope when we start working, it won't give us some complication. Then let's go ahead. I don't want to change no folder. Let's just go ahead. Just want to click on OK. Don't change any browser, but of course we can always do that, but I don't want to take you guys through this route. I just want to allow you to keep everything to default and just click on next. Visual Studio Code next. Okay. Click on, let me see something. Create a desktop icon. These are just additional properties that they're asking us if we want to perform that. Okay. Add open with quotes. Explorer file contents. Yeah. Let me see. I'm just gonna go ahead. Just leave everything to default, guys. Just leave everything and click on install. And click on install. So now our Visual Studio Code is actually being created. Like I said, this Visual Studio Code that we are actually creating like this is for us to use it as a code editor. Okay. Because we need it so that we can use it to run our Vagrant file. So we can click on finish. Once we are done, you can see a new Visual Studio Code has been open. Okay. So we can go ahead and like, let me see. Okay, here we go. This is our new Visual Studio Code. We can go ahead here and you click on new. Like you can see the terminal, you click on new terminal. Okay. Once you click on new terminal, you just want to go ahead and draw this upward. Then you close this walkthrough setup for Visual Studio Code. I don't need that. I know how to use it. So click that away. Can you see? So, like I said, why do we need this app? Like we actually need Visual Studio Code because it's one of the best code editor that is out there. It is easy to use and it has many features that will be useful for us during this our training program. Okay, then among this feature we have also the terminal that we can use to log into our Visual Studio Code using command. We can actually run commands. So you can see this is our terminal, then these are the editor. This is our terminal and this is the editor. So now we can go ahead, once we have it created, we can go ahead now and try to see how we can create our VM using Vagrant. So in this video so far, I have shared with you how we can go ahead and install Oracle VirtualBox, how we can go ahead and install Visual Studio Code. And now everything is actually set up. So now we can go ahead and install Vagrant on our system. So for you to install Vagrant, like I said, there is a link on my document, a link that will take you to my documentation where you'll be able to see all the links to follow the step guide by guide with accompanying with this video. So you're going to click on how to install Vagrant. You can see on the various system that you want, right? On the various system that you want, are you having bed Mac? Are you having bed Linux? But in our case, we are using Windows, right? So you want to click the binary downloads. This one, AMD 64, based on your Windows. So we're going to click that and you want to make sure that you look the latest version that we have. We're going to click on download. And once you click download, it would actually install the file here. Download, it would actually download and you want to check where this download button here on your right hand side closer to your profile. You click there, you're gonna see, you see, I already have it downloaded. This is Vagrant that is being installed on my system. So now that I know that I already have Vagrant, so you don't want to go ahead and install another Vagrant. So you just want to go ahead and click here to open. So when you click here to open, you follow the instruction on setting it up. So we already have it set up. Okay, next, and you install. That will be it. Unfortunately, once I was trying to download it, it's turned my computer off because it has to do some update. And once it's doing the update, it will reset your system. And once it was resetting my system, I did not have the video that I did the recording because by then I did not save that file. I was still working before clicking that option. So my recording was not safe. So that's why you do not have that part. I just have to demonstrate after I already did it. Okay. So that was what happened. So once you click on it, it opens. You're going to see Vagrant. Just go ahead and follow the configuration and you will have Vagrant in your system. And now once you have Vagrant in your system, you want to go ahead now and continue with the next steps. Head and start to create our VM. So I will want to toggle around through here. Let me see. I'm going to close this page because I don't want too much pages. I'm not more using that anymore. So now I'm also going to close this page because I don't want that. I want my page to be clean. So what we're going to be using here, we're going to be using our editor, and we are also going to be using Oracle VirtualBox. These are the softwares that we're going to be seeing. Right now, when you look at our Oracle VirtualBox, let me maximize this. When you look at our Oracle VirtualBox, there is no machine running. Like we click here, there is no machine. There is no machine running. There is none. If there were machine running, you're gonna see them lining up here. So there is no machine running here. And once we create it with Vagrant, we can start seeing our machine running. I'm going to make another video to share with you guys how you can actually create it manually. But right now, I want to go ahead and automate it with Vagrant. So we're going to go back here. So now that we are here, guys, we want to go back to Google and type Vagrant boxes. Okay, so we're going to go back here. Let me minimize all the pages. So we're going to go back here and type Vagrant boxes. Okay, we're going to type Vagrant boxes. Okay, click on enter. I'm telling you, a lot of things have changed, guys. Yeah, it's supposed to be Vagrant Clouds. You can see here. Let me click here and see what it will take me to. Okay, you see, it's your Vagrant Cloud. Yeah, the search, but it will take me here. Let me see. Catalog. Okay, guys, it's good as I have to go through this route with you guys. Everything has actually changed. The portal has changed. Everything has really, really changed because, like I said, once 3 years ago when I worked with Vagrant, you have to go to Google. I want to go to Google. You have to type Vagrant boxes. And once you type Vagrant boxes, you just want to select vagrantup.com, which will take you to the platform. And when you take it to the platform, you will see HashiCorp Vagrant Cloud. And once you see HashiCorp Vagrant Cloud, you're going to go ahead and you will be able to see the screen. You see some of the flavors of Linux flavors. So you will see a lot of them displayed. That was what was supposed to happen. But once I click, it was taking me to this page. I was like, why is it showing like this? So long as I already know Vagrant and I've used it before, I have all these steps that I share with me. I do not want to click that because I know how I'm supposed to see it. I need the app, the cloud one. So when I do the little search, it sure I just have to click on HashiCorp Cloud Platform. Okay. So now this is what we want. So once you are here, right? We're going to go ahead and explore some of these flavors. Okay, let's explore what we have on our screen. So you can see the boxes names, the latest version, how many times it was downloaded, how it was released, the providers, and the architecture. Okay, so yeah, for example, once you go ahead and try to examine the page that we are actually seeing in front of us, the screen, we are going to realize that it has a lot of flavors, like, and where they are being hosted. Some of them are being hosted like in VirtualBox. Some of them are being hosted in Hyper-V. Some of them are being hosted in VMware. And you know how I am seeing that where we have the providers. This is the providers where they are being hosted. So when you check on it, you will see VirtualBox, you will see Livet, VMware Desktop, you see a lot of this is VMware's workstation. You just go ahead and like explore. So once you explore, you will see the various providers. In our case, right, we want to use VirtualBox because remember we just installed Oracle VirtualBox. Yeah. We install Oracle VirtualBox. That's going to be acting as our data center where we have to host our all our machines, the various OS that we will be having, So we can launch several operating system here, like a lot of operating system in one VirtualBox manager. Okay, so that's the extent that we needed to have VirtualBox installed on our system. Okay, now you can use whatsoever provider that you want. Like I said, we are using VirtualBox, so that's what we're going to be using. So now you can also go ahead and check the release when it was being released. You always want to go with the latest. Okay, so you also want to go ahead and check the versions. So you can see Ubuntu Trusted 64. You can go ahead and check for the version. In my last project where I work, I actually use generic Ubuntu. So I want us to go ahead and still use that. I use this generic Ubuntu 1806. That was what I used, and it has been the latest date of its update is almost since June, no, since January 16. It's showing 438 days ago. That was when it was the latest update. But I want us to go with this particular version of Ubuntu. So you can go ahead. It has a lot of version in their marketplace. You can see, you can go on, click on next. You will see a lot of version that has been created. People are working on it on a daily basis. I've also used this virtual box from this gelling guy. This guy have used his own also. But let's go back to the version that I want us to use. You have so many flavors that you have Debian, Ubuntu, we have CentOS, a lot. So let's go ahead and create Ubuntu server. That is what we want to do. We want to create a VM with Ubuntu. So I will take you back. Like I said, if you already know the version that you want, right, you can just type here. Like you can say CentOS. Okay, when you click on CentOS, what is happening? I'm trying to. You can search here, and you have the version, but you can. Okay, let's see. When you click on CentOS, okay, you can see the how it filters. You can see how it filters, and we have all these options. So, like I said, we were looking for the generic Ubuntu. These are CentOS. So let's clear it back. I'm just telling you, if you already know the version, you can just quick search here, type the version and quick search. Or you can just go ahead manually, like I'm going like as I'm doing manually. Like I said, we're going to install these ones. Let me go again. I said we want to install the generic Ubuntu 1804, this one. So we're gonna click here. You click on it. It will take us to this. Wow, the platform has really changed. I'm impressed. There is some update here. So you can go ahead and see this is the name of your VM, okay, that you want to create. You can see how many times it was downloaded. The version, this is version 155, meaning how it has been updated, okay, and when it was released. But I'm not concerned about all of this, and it is built, okay, under Hyper-V. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see something. Okay, these are the various providers because we want to make sure that you fall under the various providers. These are the options: Hyper-V, and we are looking to see if we also have VMware desktop. Then we also have VirtualBox, and this is what we are going for. This is what we are going for. So we're going to go ahead. Then you will see some of the commands that we're going to run on your right hand side here. How to use this box with Vagrant, okay? Because we want to use Vagrant to install our virtual machine. So you can see everything is already there. So once we have this, we're going to go back to our environment, our working environment. So here I am on my working environment. What we are going to do right now, we want to make sure that we are actually in the right directory, okay, before we can go ahead and execute our VirtualBox, okay? So let's cd. This command will take us to the working home directory. So now that we are in the working home directory, right, we want to go ahead and say pwd to see who we are, okay? Our print work. So we say pwd, we enter. So it's going to show you my paths, okay? That is it. st, that is who I am. That's the who I am. So we're going to go ahead now and create a folder. And why are we creating a folder? We are creating a folder because we want to put everything in a bucket. Okay. So that's why we want to create a folder. So to create a folder, we're going to use the command make d. Okay. So when we say make d, what's the name of the folder that you want to give? In this scenario, I'm just going to say my first Vagrant, or I can say my Vagrant VM. Let me just say my, no, one word. Okay. I'm going to say my Vagrant. Yep, so that's the directory that we are creating my Vagrant. So we're going to click on enter. Once we click on enter, you can see now we have my Vagrant. So now that we have my Vagrant, we want to make sure that we cd into that folder. Okay, so we're going to say cd my Vagrant. So tap command, it will auto complete. But when I try to tap, it was giving my download, which means there are more options. So you want to go ahead and cancel that and type the command manually. So you're going to say cd my Vagrant. Then this scenario, you're going to go ahead, since we have cd into this directory, we still just want to go ahead and type the ls commands to see what we have there. We can see we have nothing in this part. There is no content here. So we're still going to create another folder by running the command again, make d. Okay. You're going to run the command make d and we try to name it Ubuntu since we are creating an Ubuntu server. Okay. So we name it Ubuntu. You can say Ubuntu 2, it doesn't matter. This is just a naming convention that you're actually giving so that you'll be able to know what server you are using. So I'm writing Ubuntu, okay? Then I say Ubuntu 2. That's just my naming convention. So I'll go and click on enter. And now I have it in this part. So I will say ls. You can see I have it in that part. So we're going to go ahead. After creating it, we want to cd into this folder. So I'm going to say cd Ubuntu. Sorry, I want to say cd Ubuntu 2. Remember, that was the name we used, right? So click on enter. So it's ls. Let me clear. You want to run the clear command so that you can clear your space. Remember, that is the path. Can you see the paths? My Vagrant, Ubuntu 2. So now at this stage where we have this, we have cd. We want to make sure that we initialize our environment. Now that we have actually create our Ubuntu folder, we want to initialize our environment. So for us to actually go ahead and initialize our environment, we have to create a file, and this file will be able to initialize our environment. And by doing that, we want to run the command vagrant init, because for us to initialize our environment, we create a file, and the only thing we can do is to run the command vagrant init. So you'll be like, where am I going to have vagrant init and whatnot? So you just want to go back to HashiCorp. Yeah. So we're going to go to HashiCorp. So once we are in HashiCorp, you can see we are creating a vagrant file, and the vagrant file will initialize the box. So this is the command we're going to be vagrant init, the name of the box. So this is just copy this command. Our environment ready. Okay, we can now go back to HashiCorp. We copy the command, this command, copy. Once we copy it, we go back to our Visual Studio Code, and we paste the command. Control V. It's going to initialize the environment and it's going to create us our Vagrant file. And after it's done creating our Vagrant file, we can, okay. This, they're trying to tell us that our file already exists because I already run this command. So now we are just going to go ahead and investigate our Vagrant file. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and type code dot. And when we click code dot, it will open the file in a new window. Yes, I trust this user. Yes, I'm the author, it's just me. So we'll close this window and we work with this. So now it opened the file. This is a Vagrant file, and this is everything about the file, right? Let's go here. This is the Vagrant file. We can go ahead and let me bring the screen here. So we can go ahead and view our file. You can see the file. The file is being written in Ruby, but we don't want to go ahead and explain much about this file. This file is just written so that it will be able to create a VM. So the configuration for us to create a VM, everything is here. What is important is also know the VM name. That's our name, generic Ubuntu 1804, and the version, which is 4.3.12. That's the version. So once you go further, you can check on your IP address. You can see your VM network, private network. You can see there. You can see your host ports and the IP address. So you can just go ahead and investigate your file. There's nothing much here. All you need to know is that it opens you the port. It even went ahead and updates and install Apache server. It does a lot, okay? It's already ready to be used. So now that we have this file, we just want to go ahead and click on the file is already safe. We just want to go ahead and click on Control TD to bring down our terminal. Now that we have our terminal, we can close this tab. We can go ahead now and run the command Vagrant up for us to actually bring up our server. So we can type Vagrant up and click enter. It's going to bring up the machine, our VM. And once our VM is up, we can go ahead now and actually SSH to it. So our VM is actually being booted. So let's just wait. It's going to take a while. So let's wait for it to be created. Okay, so we're just going to give a while for our VM to be created. And once the VM is actually created, if you go back to Oracle VirtualBox, you're going to see your VM running. Right now it's 0 because it's actually still running. So let's go back and monitor. It's showing 60% progress, 70% progress. It actually, how fast it is, it depends on your CPU, the capacity of your machine, and the network of your house. So it actually depend on that. So you can see it's actually creating. It's creating me. You can see SSH address. The Vagrant is user. Of course, username is Vagrant. Okay. So that's it. You just have to give a Y and allow it to boot. And once it's actually still booting, it's not complete, it's taking some time. At time, you might have the time at issue, and once you have the time at issue, the only way you can actually fix it, if I have that situation once I'm trying to create this VM, I'll be able to demonstrate to you guys. But if I don't have that experience, then I'll just like to make it clear that once you face a timeout issue, just go ahead and destroy the VM and run Vagrant up again. You can run Vagrant destroy to destroy it and Vagrant up to bring it back. And once you bring it back, it's going to solve that connection timeout problem. Let me see what they're saying. Connection, reset, retrying, remote. Yep, it's just Vagrant insecure key detected. Vagrant will automatically replace. Yep, it's just going ahead and creating. Let's hide this. You can see our system was created successfully. You can see the version of it. You can see that it was created successfully. Let's clear it. Okay. And let's go to our Oracle VirtualBox now. You can see the machine is running now. Remember, we're checking there was no VM. Now we can see we have a machine that is running here. So this is our machine. It's actually running. The machine is Ubuntu 2. That's the name that we gave to our machine. And you can see it running here, Ubuntu 2. So we're going to go. You can see always preview here. But like I said, we are not talking about Oracle VirtualBox, which is going to serve as our data center where we actually store our VM, but we are not using it now. There is another video. I'm going to create another video to talk about Oracle VirtualBox and how we can create VM directly from Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, today we were trying to use Vagrant so that we can automate things, so that we can make things faster using command line. Okay, so let's go back to our Visual Studio Code. Okay, once we are now in our Visual Studio Code, we realize that we have created our VM. So now we have created our VM. We have to SSH to our VM. We have to log in to the VM to see if it was actually created or not. It was though, but we have to SSH so that we can use the machine. So to do that, we're going to run Vagrant SSH. Okay, Vagrant SSH command and click on enter, and it will log you in into your system. So let's wait. Let's wait. Okay, you can see we have successfully logged in into this Vagrant Ubuntu 1804. That's the name. Remember, that was the name of the package that we took from HashiCorp. That was it. So now we have SSH into the server. And now that you have SSH into the server, you're actually a Vagrant user. So you can change from Vagrant user to a root user, okay, by running the command sudo dash I, and it will take you from, remember, we have the dollar sign when we are a user, and once you're a root, you have now the pound sign, okay? So you can see the change, and you can also see the name change, Vagrant and root user. And you can always go ahead and change your name. You can go ahead and give your password. You can go ahead and create users. You can go ahead and create permission. You can go ahead and build your website. You can go ahead and write configurations of file that can create your website, install them on WordPress. You can do a lot of things. Okay, so this was just a little demonstration to share with you guys how you can go ahead and actually a Vagrant create a VM using Vagrant. We have done a lot in this video, not just creating virtual machine using Vagrant, but we went ahead and installed Oracle VirtualBox, Visual Studio Code, Vagrant itself, a lot. So I hope it was really helpful. So we don't want to keep our machine running. We can always go ahead, right click, you can stop it, you can reset, you can pause, you can even go ahead and stop it here. But I will not do it here because we want to do everything in the command line. So for us to do something, okay, before I will try to go ahead and run a little Linux command in this area. So we want to list to see if we have any content in this as a root user. You can see there is no content. By the time we have some hidden files, so you want to just want ls dash a command, and it will show the hidden file. So you can see some of those hidden file that without the dash a you will not be able to see this file. So that is it. So let's just go ahead and exit. So you want to click exit to log out from this machine, and now we are now user Vagrant. So we want to go ahead and also exit as a user Vagrant. Okay, so we exit and we are also logged out as a user Vagrant. So now you can see now we are now using our PowerShell, and that's the path. You can see the path. Then now we can just go ahead and destroy this machine. So once I run Vagrant destroy, it's going to destroy this machine. I won't have any VM anymore running on my Visual or Oracle VirtualBox. There will be nothing running here. So let's go back here and demonstrate that. So we're going to click on the Vagrant destroy. Okay. Yeah, before I click the Vagrant destroy command, some of you guys will be like, running Vagrant destroy when you are as a root user or once you are as a Vagrant user, it won't work. You have to sign up from this machine before you run the Vagrant. The Vagrant command is out just for us to delete, install, and create our VM. So you want to always use it when you are out of those VM. Then now we can click Vagrant destroy and our system will be destroyed. So let's click destroy and it will be destroyed. So now it's asking you, do you want to destroy this VM? So just gonna go ahead and click on yes. Okay, once we have deleted everything, you can see it's actually telling you forcing shutdown is the VM is destroying VM and it associated drives. So everything has been destroyed. For you to know that it has been destroyed, check your Oracle VirtualBox. You can see there is no more machine running. But so long as you already have a file, remember we created some folders. So long as we already have Ubuntu, we have my Vagrant, these are folders that we created. This file is already there. Each time we want to create or reboot that server, we already have the file, so we can just go ahead and type Vagrant up and that machine will be up. We don't need to go and copy the commands anymore. The file is already there. This file is already there, so it will always show you file already exists. So all you need to do is just to bring it up, Okay, so that is it. So we can go ahead and see there is no more file in this space. Everything has been deleted. So guys, I just want to say thank you all for watching this video or staying with me up to this level or up to this time, you guys. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope by the way that the video was helpful. You actually learned something new and I make things simple and easier for you. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you want to make sure that you click the red subscribe button below and also click the notification bell for an update so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video, because your girl will be coming up with a lot of exciting video about tech well, because I'll be out to teach you if you're interested to be into the tech where I transition as a law student. Now I'm a tech student. So if you want to transition, it's normal. If you're just interested and you love software, you will be able to do it. So I just want to take the time and say thank you. Just stay tuned because I'll be coming up with a lot of videos. I will also bring out some short troubleshooting video out there to guide you. Should in case you are facing any problem, you can go ahead and see how you can go ahead and troubleshoot or work around those troubleshooting errors. So thank you all for watching. Love you guys. Ciao.